Okay, drop frames are a lot better. God, friggin', I swear. Nothing ever goes according to plan. Like, ever. Ever, 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 ever. This is 12-minute thing. Yeah, we'll just delete that. That's nothing. That 12-minute thing is nothing. I can't believe how much trouble I've been having tonight, but whatever. I guess it's, you know, stuff. Okay, this one for sure get rid of. This and this. Both. Yeah, delete this. Jeez. Yep. And this. Yep. This one instead should be that. Almost ready, sorry. Okay. Hopefully we're good. I'm not seeing any dropping of frames and stuff now either. So hopefully I've lowered the bit rate. I really hope this fixes it. I'm getting tired of readjusting and readjusting and readjusting just to try to get things to work again. We'll see, I guess. All right, for this, I actually need to... I got specific permission to stream Town of Light. A lot of people did not ask them before just streaming or whatever. But... hang on. What? Show. Don't understand. I don't understand. Is it? Does it think it's spam or something? No. Oh, stop. So much stuff. I was gonna reply, but then it didn't. Oh, whatever. Anyway. Here we go. Yeah, I just need to put... Okay, so... that... Okay, I will add these. Seems still to be okay on the stream as far as I can tell. All right, here we go. I do need to switch the game here too, of course. That's probably good, I guess. Subtitles, yes. Voice, yeah. Okay. I'm gonna have to eat soon. I'm getting hungry, unexpectedly. Titleized based on real events, places, and research concerning mental illness and the life of patients in lunatic asylums from the beginning of the 20th century until their closure. It contains stories which may be disturbing. The characters and names are fictitious, and any reference to people living or dead is purely coincidental. This game uses an artistic interpretation of a former Italian psychiatric institution for dramatic purposes. Please note that mental health services have radically improved around the world. If you think you may have psychological problems, please speak to a local doctor or specialist. Volterra, 1942.
What's happened? What is this place? Maybe I'm dead. I can't see any light. Maybe I am dead. I can't get up. What's going on? What's happening to me? There's no one here, but these noises. God, my head is killing me. I can't keep my eyes open.
Reality fades away and my skin is gone. Every breath of wind is excruciatingly painful. Let's do this. All right. Bit of loading. Inspired by real events. Yeah, this is the thing. Volterra, Tuscany, 2016. Psychiatric institutions in the past were really actually pretty awful. They just kind of said, oh, you don't think like other, like, quote unquote normal people, and then they would shove you into a center and just let you stay there. I like this. This is good, really good. Very detailed. Anyway, and obviously not only is that like kind of a jerk thing to do, but it's also something that doesn't really manage any problem that there might be, right? Like if somebody has if they're struggling with some way of thinking mentally, just throwing them into a building or into a room and putting them in a straitjacket and letting them just sit around stuff doesn't really help at all. Really, really doesn't. So I'm really glad we've improved things a lot. We have a lot of stuff we could still improve, I think, I'm sure. Can't think of a specific thing. Well, I can think of some specific things, but I'm not going to get into all that. But I do think there are things we can improve, so that's hopefully something we'll keep working on. Seems like sometimes we get to a point we think we've pretty much gotten as good as we're going to, and we don't bother working anymore. But I feel like that's a big mistake. All rusted and stuff. Yeah, this has been a while. So 2016 visiting this. It's interesting. It makes me wonder why open, close, or use. Makes me wonder why she would be coming back. If what I saw in the trailer is still a thing, then I feel like maybe she was here before. But is she trying to remember what she saw when she was here? Or is she trying to make peace with her past? Or is she not the one who was here and she's trying to see what maybe a friend or relative went through? I mean, I'm really not sure why she's visiting. So definitely very detailed. I like it a lot. And oh, I see. And then otherwise you could just do this and rotate it some. Maybe. Okay, anyway. Oh. Okay. Not sure how far I'm supposed to go. So this is what it was like before it shut down, I guess? Interesting. All right. Incredible anti-aircraft victory. 159 aircraft shot down in 24 hours by the German Continental Air Defense. Major Russian operation northwest of Jassy. Enemy convoy scattered in the Mediterranean. 2 destroyers and 6 merchant vessels sunk. Right. So we get the original Italian, and then they're translating for us. Fierce murder in San Casciano, April 4th, 1944. Julia K., a young woman from a respectable family, was brutally murdered near her home. Police are investigating possible political motive emerges. Excuse me. Julia K., distressed but held up by their faith, their mother Irene E., father Erich, and sister Marta, deliver the grievous news. The funeral will take place in La Romola on Sunday, April 16th at 3:30 p.m., starting from the house of the deceased, April 13th, 1944. First food rationing improvements on April 20th. Bread rations increased by 50 grams per day, an extra kilogram per month of soup products. Agricultural labor, treatment, reform, and extraordinary marmalade distribution. Oh, is that a can or? Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if that was maybe another picture, but it doesn't look like it. Okay. Not sure if there's much else in here right now. We might visit this in a memory or something. There might be more then. Doesn't look like there's a whole lot now. All right. Shift does not run, so I'm not sure if there actually doesn't seem like there actually is a run in this game. Okay. Let's proceed to the scary memories, apparently. Oh wow, it's just a back way to the same thing. Interesting, okay. Campo Santo. Okay. That's the name of the developer that did Fire Watch, but you know, stuff. Sure, there's no direct tie. Campo Santo means what? I'm not sure. Santo is holy, right? Or sacred. And Campo, I'm not sure what Campo means. Wow, how did that happen? I got through and couldn't get back through the other way. Campo.
This place.
I don't know what Campo means.
Time. Memory.
Should know, but I'm not remembering. So, memory. So, she's been here. So, it is where she personally was in the past. So, I wonder if this was only functional during World War II and shut down afterward, or if this continued operating for a while. Not sure. Interesting. Oh, all overgrown, so you can't go on that side. And then this is just the other side of the fence. Strange. Okay. I suppose there's probably not much out here to see, right? So probably it would just make more sense to go in. It's not exactly the most welcoming place, is it? Locked door. I don't know that you would need to very often either, but it would be nice if there was a little bit of a run so that I could go through here a bit faster, but that might be the only time it applies in the whole game, so maybe not worry about it. coin for the city, I guess, or something. All of them are the same, yeah. Some lady. I think it's a lady anyway. I'm not. Telegram Volterra on something podest to something. Please kindly notify any relatives of the death of blank, inviting them to cover burial expenses, failing which corpse will be sent to Pisa for study purposes. Cost 100. Director S. So if you don't bury him yourself, then we'll just send him away to get experimented on. That's lovely. In general program 10327, psychiatric hospital administrative file of Amara, admitted on June 15, 1937, discharged on, transferred on, died on November 8th, 1942. Patient discharge readmission document, name and surname Francesca Agostini, 65027 number. Paternity Arduino, maternity born in Velletri, province of Roma, October 13th, 1895. Place residence Velletri, widow, May 30th, 1916. Early dementia. Referred from Rome Asylum. Transfer to Asylum. Observatory rooms. Dismissal, day, month, year, form of dismissal, fine, file number, readmission, day, month, year. So dismissed. So she was dismissed on April 9th, 1939. Or sorry, incorrect. Day, month. 4 September 1939 for respiratory disease. Okay. Oh, this is really dark. I probably need a flashlight, huh? Now you guys can see. Sorry about that. I could barely see too, and I was like, oh wait, I bet they are having a hard time, huh? Alright. Let's do... I don't really see anything. There's this. Add to the synopsis menu. The first page. J to access the synopsis menu. Your diary, the town of light. These for now are blank, but we'll fill in later. Got it.
My memory of those years is hazy. Between the age of about 7 and 10, my memories are disconnected, and I couldn't say how many times and how frequently the light used to come. My mother gave me a doll around that time. Charlotte. Thinking back to it makes me want to laugh. But at the beginning, I remember that I was afraid of her. I thought she wanted to harm me, to kill me and take my place. But when the light came, she would stay beside me, and her presence. Did not disturb me. I was able to talk to her, and so she became my best friend. At least until I was in grade 2, when everything changed. She didn't laugh at me, and if I had to say something to my mother, I asked her to say it. When things inside me turned bad, she was the only one I could turn to. Now all of this makes me blush, but Charlotte was a real friend to me. I knew that she was just a doll. I wasn't stupid, but at the same time, she was real too. I don't know how to explain it. It's difficult. My mother would cuddle her and tell her things. I guess she was trying to communicate with me. But back then, I was too afraid to understand it.
So in case, because I didn't realize you do the text that way, so here you go. Charlotte, where are you, my dear Charlotte? Charlotte, come here, beautiful
between
Charlotte.
The age of about 7 and...
Okay, and then this. Okay, and then nothing for a bit. And then... It's like, that's it for now. Okay. Interesting. But I do think that's everything in here now. In that room. Alright, now we got this side. Since it's Italy, I should be like, now what we got to this side. Worst Italian accent ever. I know. Okay, yeah, no point in trying to turn lights on, right? Fascist National Federation for the Fight Against Tuberculosis. The civilized person does not spit on the ground and does not swear God. Central Anti-Blasphemy Committee under the honorary chairmanship of His Majesty the King. Alright. That's kind of scary. You can't even spit on the ground? What the? That seems a little restrictive. Oh, right. This is where all their beds were. I mean, not here, but that picture. Interesting. I don't really see anything like notes or anything in this room, though. So I think we just moved to the next room. Just trying to make sure in case I missed something, but I'm not seeing. Okay, we'll just move on. Volterra, 12/4/1926. Irene E. in K, 26 years. The woman is in a state of great agitation. She curses her 3-year-old daughter for having ruined her life. She wanted to take us away. That damned kid wanted to kill us. She's the devil, I tell you. She's the devil herself. She destroyed my ability to give life. She left her sister in silence. Silence is scary. The mother explains that her husband, Erich K., worried about her daughter, called a doctor who, noticing the state of the woman and the potential danger to her daughter, urgently initiated the procedure for admission. The woman was admitted to observation in the single room, not because she was dangerous, but in view of her social class, it seemed the most appropriate choice. The mother has provided a generous donation to this institution in order to find a more suitable accommodation for her daughter. All right. So special treatment for the people who pay money. That's not surprising. Not saying it's right. I'm just saying it's not surprising. I don't see anything either of those. I'm not sure I like the idea of random noises being made. Interesting. Okay.
The only thing I remember clearly is Charlotte, my doll. This looks like a cozy place.
Interesting. Yeah, you remember your creepo doll that looked like it was charred and the teeth were like in the last picture. It's not scary at all. Okay. Map key admissions. We just passed those on the left. Okay, waiting room on the right. Stairs. No, we did not pass that. Where do we come from? If we're here, where did we go to enter? Yeah, just from like right down here. Okay, I don't know. This does not look like... Oh, 3 doesn't have a label. Oh, right. Okay, yeah. Admissions. This is some kind of library, mini library, something. This is a waiting room. Okay, got it. Here are stairs. Conference room, visitor toilets. All right. So, be more useful. I could take it with me. Just run back here and check the key every time. That's a little less useful. Wow, that's not super creepy at all. Are you kidding right now? Okay. There's no entering there. So a lot of the outside of the... Okay. So I guess just the outside of the institution. Not sure why it's so widespread to have so many photos of your asylum. That seems a little strange.
Let's search the wards on the upper floor. There's a plan on the wall which shows their location.
Yeah, let's keep looking down here first. Because you're gonna creep me out if I go up there, I'm sure. I guess there's nothing here, though. Maybe that's why she said that, because there's really nothing down here. So what used to be the bathroom, for the men apparently, because there are urinals, is that a... I don't even know. I don't remember what you call it, but is that the thing to wash your butt after you go to the bathroom? I don't know. Maybe. We don't have those generally, at least. Maybe there might be some places. The occasional place here or there, but generally in the United States you don't have those. So I can't remember what you call them, but Duvier? Something like that?
No, no, she's freezing. She's alone. Let's look for her. Renee doesn't want to abandon her.
That doll. Okay. Yeah, look at for the creepo doll. That's great. Already on the floor. Oops, can I? Oh, there we go. Some of this stuff, like, why would you bring a pallet into the elevator? I don't know. And I suppose if you're moving big things, but it looks like it's small enough it should be just a normal passenger elevator, not a freight elevator. I don't even know. She said the wards. Wherever, I guess. Okay, radiology. Let's just start there. Ah, because I got skills. I started the generator or whatever. Turned the power on. Wow, what? Yeah, let's stop looking at that. That's disturbing. I mean, I don't know. It could be standard medical stuff, but it seems like they're teaching you how to detach, which seems like maybe that's not the best thing. Whatever was there is not now. So bad memory, I take it. But it looked like it was a man on the bed, but she's a woman, so maybe she saw him? I don't know. I'm not sure what to make of it.
Let's find Charlotte. She's alone. She's alone in the dark.
Right, and this... Okay. Apparently it's not the way to go to find her. I was looking for Charlotte, you panic-stricken... Calm down. Denuncia di emissione al manicomio della procura. 23/5/38, so the 23rd of May, 1938. 5090 Procura Pisa, 502D, Provincia di Roma. Denuncia ammissione al manicomio e copia nella osta di 5139 Podestà. Si ciendono le generalità. Something like that. Generalità. Alright. Clearly, I'm an expert in Latin. You guys didn't already know that. Of course, obviously, I'm like super... Like, I have the best grades anyone ever could have in Italian. I said Latin before, didn't I? Wow. Italian. Sorry.
Renée doesn't want to abandon her.
I'm not trying to abandon. I don't know where to look. Usually I go up to the wards. I go up to the wards. I don't... The map said that the wards were on each of those, beyond each of those doors. But, okay. I guess if you're gonna freak out when I click on them, I guess I won't. So good. Look at this, like rust on the doors and stuff. Such good detail in this game. Well done, LKA. LK. I can't talk today. Wow. Well done, LKA. Well done. Very, very cool. Apparently, I cannot go any farther that way. It does eliminate a potential problem, like getting glitched on items and stuff if you can't jump. It definitely does prevent that problem, so that's maybe a smart thing to do. There are some games that let you jump when they don't need to, so I feel like maybe more games should do no jump. Ah, there it is. See what else we have first. Fascist National Federation for the Fight Against Tuberculosis. Oh, it's the same one. Okay. Same one as before. I guess this is salivary glands. I'm not sure if this is... I'm guessing this is just like an early study in anatomy and stuff. I take it. Estrato fluido di grindelia, tintura di cantario, fluido di vicio bianco, olio di guischiamo, something like that. So all kinds of different tinctures and stuff they used to use. I don't take the keys with me at all? That seems odd. I think the keys would get me into places, but maybe not. Oh, incorrect, not what I meant. Maybe I cannot grab this, though. No, apparently not. Okay. I was trying to grab the pack of smokes or whatever that was in the drawer, but apparently not. I feel like here's where things are going to get creepy as soon as we grab this doll. So that's fantastic. But let's go.
Mummy took good care of Charlotte. She tucked her in, hugged her, gave her cuddles and kisses. She was very affectionate and loving. Nothing bad happened to Charlotte, and that surprised me. I didn't understand. At first, I was quite scared. I was afraid that she wanted to hurt me. I lived in constant fear that Mom would abandon her. Because I didn't deserve to live. I didn't deserve to be loved.
Add it to the synopsis menu.
It's cold and it's dark. Look, she's cold. She'll get ill. We can take care of her. Nobody can stop us. Charlotte is a good girl.
Who's us? And we? This is very concerning. I don't remember what the synopsis menu was. There we go. Experience. Once this place, maybe I'm dead. Memory. Okay, so that's all the stuff she basically says out loud is pretty much what that is. And this...
Mummy took good care of Charlotte.
Okay, so that's what that is. Medical records, nothing? Okay. These are locked, right? Yeah.
He doesn't want to. Not Charlotte.
So, semilla gitate? Not sure what that means. Well, where else can I go up here? So I just came over here. Charlotte was over here. This was pretty much all, had all the carts or whatever all turned over. My eye is stinging for some reason. Sorry. I keep tearing up because I can't. Gotta clean my eye out somehow at some point, I think. You're here, yeah. Tuseki, yeah. Well, if they don't want to go here, she doesn't want to go and still no over here, I'm sure also, right? So if not here...
Charlotte is cold. Let's take her somewhere warm.
Okay, so like into the sunlight, I guess. Maybe. Let's go here. I don't trust machinery that's that old. That seems like it's a bad idea to me. Maybe it is coming down successfully, though. Yeah, maybe. Seems like it's okay. Alright, well, anyway. How about outside? Is outside fine? Do you like outside?
Sure, it's warm in the sun, but it gets cold in the evening, and that's not good for Charlotte.
Am I looking for a boiler room? What am I... I'm not sure what I'm looking for.
I saw a wheelchair on the ground floor. It's comfortable there, and we can put Charlotte somewhere warm.
Oh, I see. Lights were already on. Ward 1 observation. Alright, Charlotte, here you go.
Charlotte will be comfy here. But it's cold. No, it's cold. Don't shiver, Charlotte. The cold will go away. It'll go away.
I don't think I like the idea of carting around the doll, but... No. How's the bathroom? Well, what I need to do is find, like, I'm guessing. I mean, I'm assuming. I need to find, like, a boiler room or something.
We must find some warm lights. Let's go to the surgical ward.
Where is the said surgical ward? Admissions waiting room, whatever 3 is, stairs, conference room, visitors, surgery's upstairs. Is that the case? Okay, so maybe we do this then. Back up some. A little closer. Now can I? Oh, I know. Hang on. Hang on. We gotta back out for a second, Charlotte. Give me a second. Open the door for you, m'lady and stuff. Xexor, not like a lady, like a real creepy doll. Yep. Why you say my lady? Because I don't want to have Charlotte upset at me potentially because I didn't treat her kindly or whatever. You say so, but that seemed like really weird to me. Well, la manutenzione è affidata alla ditta volteranea concessionaire. Okay, anyway, I'm not sure I can even make out what that's supposed to mean. So you're gonna make out with a saying? What the devil's Xexor? No. You said maybe I can make out. Yeah, but I didn't mean like that way. Whatever. Oh my gosh. Alright. Okay, sir. Let me out. Okay, I kept apparently running into the door, I guess. I couldn't tell what was hanging me up. Okay. Where is map? Okay. Surgical ward 3. Over there. Okay. Not sure about if I agree with surgical ward being a place that's all warm and stuff. I suppose if the lights work or something in the room, maybe. It's possible.
The cold has gone away now. You see? The light, the warmth. We can do it. The cold will go away. It has to. Now we can enter the ward where everything started. It all began in the observation ward on the ground floor.
Am I just leaving her there? Okay, so we go down. Alright. Gosh. That does not seem friendly. Oh, hey, we're no longer in the past. What in the world? Wow, okay. interesting. So I'm not sure if this is some kind of a stress-related thing, like she's starting to freak out because of where she is, so she's seeing things in a different reality or something, or like something to her that's different from what actually is.
One day I turned off the light, but it didn't go dark. It was a limitless immensity, a blinding, merciless light. I was 16 years old, and I was afraid, always afraid, a fear that wore me down. I needed help, but I couldn't speak. I was terrified of everything, even thinking. They said they were taking me to a place where the fear would go away, where I would get better. I stopped living in there. They dragged me away and stripped off all my clothes, everything. I tried to explain what was going on in my head. They tied me to the bed for days. I was alone with my nightmares. It wasn't fear anymore. It was madness. And when you're mad, you cease to exist. She was my only hope in this hell. I was descending down, down among the damned. But that woman and her smile kept me alive.
Now we're in chapter 3, huh? Very interesting. Volterra Psychiatric Hospital. Transfer file. Name and surname T. Renée. Paternity unknown. Place of birth Montefoscoli. Something like that. Age 17. April 4th, 1938. 10:30 a.m. Patient Renée T is transferred from temporary asylum in the observation rooms to the quiet ward. OPV stamp. Take that. That's what you do when...
The door is locked from the outside.
Oh.
Here, the doors can only be locked and unlocked from the outside.
Oh, what the... Well, but there's nobody else here except the doll. What the crapping? No. That's still locked.
You can't get out of here. Only the dead can leave this place.
So, all of them are locked, including ours initially, until magically they decide that it's not locked anymore. the friggin' doll, though. Hang on. Hey, outside, kind of. Obviously, we're not going to be able to leave, but still, we're outside-ish. Okay. Yep. Okay, so why is everything broken? Like all of the sinks and stuff are busted. That cannot be a good sign. I guess they had some fairly violent patients as well. Still need the flashlight, really. Realistically, there's not enough of the other light, really, to see. Realistically, really, wow, I'm repeating myself. Anyway, there's not a lot to be able to see very well still, even if. Alright. So I guess the destination is creepy Charlotte. Hey Charlotte, I don't mind you being my friend and stuff and being willing to hang out with me and stuff. Could you like be a little less creepy? That would be great. Ah. So the pounding noise gets quieter when you're...
He laughed, panted, and slobbered all over me. It hurt me when he touched me. I thought I'd suddenly split open with a loud crack, and I would be shattered into pieces. I felt fragile, sick, dirty, degraded. All I could do was clutch Charlotte tightly while Renée obeyed. He was the master in the realm of light. I was being consumed by the evil act I had committed. I threw up and could feel hell getting closer and closer. Those tests the doctors did to me. They said there was something growing inside, and they wanted to drag it out of me.
Jeez, dude. I hate when people go through crap like that. Obedience. Mother, hospitalization, abuse. It makes me so sad that people ever have to go through stuff like that. It's just so sad. Makes me angry too, but my being angry doesn't let me take care of anything, right? I can't help somebody just because I'm angry. I have to actually do something, right? So okay, then that is to the bath. Wait, it went from like the sun going down to I think this is now the next morning or something. So she slept here overnight? Maybe. I'm not sure. Can't exactly tell. Charlotte's no longer on the table. Or the bench, whatever. I might have missed one too. Hopefully not, but I'm kind of trying to keep an eye out for more pages for her diary too. I'm guessing those will have a little bit different perspective and tell more of the story. June 24th, 1926. Dear Mr. Director, the present letter is to recommend to your precious attention Mrs. Irene K., admitted in your institute last 12 April. Sure of your special attention to the unfortunate woman, our dear friend, I beg you to provide for her every need. The family will satisfy every expense. For any concerns, please contact MSGR Attilio, Monsignor, I guess, or something like that, Attilio, so Mr. basically, D, who will personally come to visit. Sincerely yours, Cardinal G. Okay. I suppose now that all these are open, So it seems like during parts like this in the game, you have a fair amount of freedom to explore, but when it comes to a certain point in the game where they're going to go to a memory, you get funneled in a particular direction so that you can relive the memory. I think actually that's okay. I don't think I mind that at all. I know I've said sometimes in the past that I don't like it when games funnel you, but I think I'm okay in situations like this, where for the most part they don't, but they do occasionally, so that they make sure you've seen whatever it is you need to for different things. Okay. So Guillaume Musetti, Stefano Petrullo, Tatiana Verth, and Daniela D'Argenio Donati. Ah, here's another part of her journal. Dear Director, I've been working at this institution for 5 years now. I'm a simple person. I'm not educated, and I feel embarrassed about writing to you. I always try to look on the bright side, but sometimes we are called upon to do difficult things. That's our duty, and I will understand and accept it. There's no alternative. However, I've decided to write to you because something is happening which is simply unacceptable. I am well aware that there's someone among us who devotes too much attention to the younger female patients who are confused. The serious nature of this fact has compelled me to write to you. I'm certain of your indignation and of the measures you will adopt to solve the problem. Please accept my warmest regards and respect. Yeah, like Creepo from the last memory. Doradin, Lorenzo Nocci. All right. Anyway. Okay. I guess this is what I get for showering before I go to bed instead of after get out of bed. I get to deal with. Oh yeah, I should look at the note or the part of her journal that we got, right? And see what it says. Mm-hmm. All right, let's do that. So, J. Okay.
He felt accused, hurt. I chased him away. I insulted him. He was proud, handsome. He said things about me to other people, which he shouldn't have said. Mother caught me coming home drunk. She beat me and sent me to speak to Don Gino every day. He came back and tried to speak to me. I think he liked me. Sometimes I sent him packing and I started shouting at him, but other times I embraced him. I held him tight and loved him. But he couldn't bind himself to me. I was 16 and ill. I had no future. I didn't get out of bed for weeks. Then I did things I was ashamed of. I slept with men. The guilt tore at my soul, and the light came back to torture me. I invented stories to justify my actions. I couldn't
bear my own weight. Okay, anyway, sorry. I wasn't sure the timing on switching pages.
Mom found out about it. Her voice split my head. I pushed her away because I was afraid of dying, and I shouted to the whole world what was happening to me, and that I didn't understand. The police arrived, and they carted me away. I remember the onlookers shaking their heads. They would be better off without me, cleansed of shame, with something to talk about for a while.
Okay. Stop the knocking, though. I don't like your knocking. Please stop. Please, please. Please, no. Oh, I've already been in here. Oh, am I going the wrong direction? Oh, so I have to go toward the knocking. That's great. Because what I actually meant to say was I love the knocking, and I want to go toward it as much as I possibly can. So that's actually what I was trying to say. So if you could knock a bunch more, that would be amazing. I would be a huge fan of that.
She stayed with Renée during those terrible medical examinations, and that gave her the strength to survive.
I'm not sure what bugs me more. The fact that this woman has come back to relive all this horrible stuff from her past, or the fact that she talks about herself in the third person. It's like she this and she that. Like, what? Why just talk about yourself in normal terms like I? Do I need to go over to the other tranquil ward? Because they didn't talk about her going into silence or quiet, right? So I wonder if maybe that's where I need to go. Let's try. See if I can get in now. I could have before, but maybe now? No. Calm women. Calm women, calm. That's never something you should never. I guess the way to say it is that's something you should never say to women. It's not really very nice. Okay, anyway. What? Huh? Yeah, okay. So I don't understand. I'm not seeing a clue that indicates where I need to go next. We go up a floor. I feel like maybe this is not going to be such a fun experience based on the music that just started. Like, maybe going on a limb here, but I'm feeling like maybe this is not the best memory.
August 21st, 1938. Confidential. Dear A, I know what you think about these things, so I'm referring a patient to you, Renée T. This wretched girl got out of control and caused trouble in the grounds. She's almost 3 months pregnant. The nurses should be more alert. I'm examining the girl on the 28th. I'll handle things very carefully, don't worry. We don't want to make matters worse. Then they said that Renée was crazy, and that the illness was all in her head. Careful, little girl, careful. I was scared, and I didn't talk to anyone about the illness. Only her. Not even the other doctor. He never touched Renée. He just wrote things down. You can tell me everything. Don't be afraid, he said. Everything's going to be fine. Do you want to know what I'm writing? I note down what I observe in you, everything I see. He didn't hate Renée. He tried to help her, but he rarely examined her in those small surgeries.
I don't know. I'm kind of not super enjoying I'm really loving the game. I don't want to make it sound the wrong way. I'm not super loving all the terrible memories that we have to, or that she had to go through, all the experiences or whatever. So I'm kind of not looking forward to the next awful experience she has to surgery, right? And she's still here, right? Yeah. Anyway, so that's where I'm kind of like, hey, Yvonne, welcome in. That's kind of why I'm like, I don't know. I'm not sure how thrilled I am about the whole prospect of listening to more terrible memories. Okay, I got another part of her diary. There was kind of a dearth.
June 1935. After much theorizing and practice in clinics for the privileged, the moment for action has finally arrived. Volterra is the right place. It's an avant-garde hospital, the perfect place for a doctor who really wants to make a difference. November 20th. Crossing the threshold of the asylum was similar to entering another dimension. A world of smells, noises, and images which it is almost impossible to imagine, describe, or explain. August 1936. The situation is similar to that in many other institutions. The department is overcrowded. Hundreds of patients are supervised by a handful of nurses who are forced to tie the more distressed ones to their beds or to radiators. They do 24-hour shifts. It's impossible to work like this. We doctors rarely see the female patients, and it's the nurses who tell us what's happening to the women. The overpowering stench in the wards, the constant din of shouts and voices that are barely recognizable as human, dirty, naked bodies devoid of any dignity. The lunatic asylum gets under your skin and wears you down. I often consider resigning. I feel useless, impotent, a sort of merciful jailer, a mercy that helps no one and only helps to ease my conscience. March 15th, 1938. Dramas are played out before my eyes every single day, and I try to distance myself from them and just do the best I can. But a girl arrived some days ago. I couldn't avoid her gaze. All she asked in her dignified silence was not to be ripped away from her world. And me. I'm old enough to be her father, the father she never had, who didn't want her, who rejected her without even knowing her. I, too, refused what she asked me. I couldn't do anything but add my signature and consign her to hell. A danger to herself and to others, and a cause of public scandal. This was what was written on the accompanying note from the police headquarters. It was difficult not to agree with it. How much more violence must this poor girl be subjected to? Her gaze is so intense, so far removed from the carefree nature which should be the joyous hallmark of her age. I cried myself to sleep in my solitude. I kept thinking about those sad and frightened eyes staring at me.
Yeah, that's awesome, Yvonne. I'm glad that time will work out well for you. Yeah, Resident Evil 7 and Alan Wake both. So my thoughts in doing some of this stuff was I did have a couple of things. Like I did start with Craven Manor, which had some jump scares. But that was right at midnight, so I did that for about an hour and a half. So that wasn't going super late into the morning for my time. And then other things like Perception, Resident Evil 7, Alan Wake. I was thinking, well, those are getting close. Those are like more in the middle of the day, or like the kind of the normal morning when people are normally up already, going to a little after lunchtime. And so hopefully those don't get so that it's, so if I do, scream from being, from something suddenly happening, like a jump scare or whatever. Anyway, hopefully in those cases, it's not going to disturb my neighbors because it's in the middle of the day. And then other stuff that shouldn't have as much of that, or any at all, depending. Like Stasis, Town of Light that we're doing right now, Fear after this. Vampire the Masquerade Redemption. Observer, I've heard, has some scary moments, but a lot of it is not. So we'll just kind of see. But that's also at 8:30 p.m. So not super late for anybody who might, like a neighbor who might be listening or something. So anyway, hopefully that all works out pretty well. And it sounds like you'll be able to read. Wow, brain not worky. Sounds like you'll be able to watch during that time. So that's obviously good too. Yes, but it'll be on stream, so you can watch it after the fact. So you don't have to watch it then, because it'll be on YouTube or Twitch both afterward. So it should work out, hopefully. You can just watch it later. It looks like, let me pause this for a second. It looks like I got struggled for so long with everything being decent, where people could watch and not run into problems. Yeah. Okay, good. It looks like everything streaming wise is working out now. It's not horrible like it was. First couple of games that I did today, I'm just going to start them over on a separate stream at some point later, because the stream it took me a lot of adjusting of settings and stuff to finally figure out how to get the stream to work and not be super laggy. It basically ended up lagging so much that you would have like one frame, and then you'd have like 30 seconds and then another frame. It was awful. So I should redo those. So I figured it out, I think, for Town of Light, though, and then moving forward. So I'll just redo Craven Manor and Stasis at some point. Hopefully, with everything else being managed, though, everything else working out now, you should be able to watch like Vampire the Masquerade Redemption afterwards without really having any problem. And because they do end up as videos on YouTube afterwards, they're saved that way. You can always do your comments like you would normally do on another video. You can just do that later as well. So, and obviously, if you can make it later, so because Vampire the Masquerade is one you had specifically wanted to see me do. I know I'm doing it tonight, like the last game tonight, but going forward, when I start doing the rest of that series, my plan is to do it Sunday mornings, which is more in line with your time. Well, yeah, which is kind of more in line with your time. Sunday morning / Sunday afternoon. Actually, starting in 2018, I'll be shifting my Sunday schedule to it'll be around 4 hours later, 5 hours later, about 5 hours later. So that will then put it in the same time frame as Resident Evil 7 and Alan Wake, but on Sundays. So as long as that works out for you sometimes at least, I plan on doing the stream for Vampire the Masquerade then so that you can catch up. Anyway, yeah, it's time to switch games. So, let me read this really fast. Admission and personal details document. Charity Congregation, Psychiatric Hospital. N6530 objects. Name and surname Damiani Saverio. Father Gino. Mother Contessini Maria. Marital status married. Married to Fiandri Adele. Widower of Idem. Number of children 5. Wow. Nice family size. Date of birth 13 September 1983. No, would be 1883 given the time of everything else. Yeah. 13 September 1883. Place of birth Montaione. Residence municipality Montaione province Firenze. Residence Montaione. Profession butcher. Economic condition poor. Religion Catholic. Address for correspondence Montaione. I kindly request your illustrious excellency to kindly convey to this address any information regarding the insane Damiani Saverio, son of the deceased Sirio and Contessini Maria, born in Montaione and residing there, age 53, admitted in this institute of 1906, so June, I'm guessing, because it's a Roman numeral, but I'm guessing it's June. So 19 June 1936, the director. Yeah, I think that will be the time. So not tonight's first part, but like I said, you can just watch that on YouTube after the fact. And then afterward, then yeah, it should be probably so what was that end up being? If I do about 1 o'clock my time, it's about 8 o'clock your time, 8 p.m. roughly. So that'll be early evening. So not too late. And I'll usually do it for a couple of hours. So I'll go it'll be like from 8 to 10 roughly your time, and then finish up then. So hopefully that doesn't go too late, and or at least you'll get to watch most of it, and then maybe just to catch up, maybe after the fact, just watch the very last half hour or something if you missed the end of it, like you had to go early or something. Surgery A. So this was surgery B. Surgery A, is that where? No, that's not where. Wait, what? What? Wait, what? Whoa. Oh, because I'm on... No, I'm confused. Oh, is this the 3rd floor? I feel like this movie's the 3rd floor. Anyway, okay. And then we have surgery C. Ambulatorio is surgery. Interesting. We have, in English, we use ambulance. So similar related word, ambulance, is the vehicle that takes you to where you might need surgery. So it's not... Okay, that was creepy. It's not the surgery itself, like here it is, but it's a related way of using the word, right? Where it's basically taking you where... Estrato fluido di Grindelia. And no, I do not know what that means. Oh, some bolts or similar things anyway. No, that's that. Okay. Hypodermic needle. Yep.
March 12th, 1938. Renée T., 16 years old. Menstruation at age 12. Housewife. Father unknown. Mother a seamstress. Admitted in observation yesterday morning from Pontedera, accompanied by a police officer authorized by the examining magistrate of the Court of Pisa to be admitted for a psychiatric evaluation, which I have carried out. Medical certificate. Mental illness preceded by warning signs. Has suffered from depression for a year, believing she had tuberculosis. Food deprivation. We can't read this document. It is forbidden. We mustn't. If they find out, there will be trouble.
If they find out, who's gonna find out? This is an abandoned facility. Nobody's here anymore. What are you gonna wave the document in front of the polizzi and say, hey, I don't understand, who's gonna find out? Maybe you're worried that the doll is gonna find out, which is creepy, but talks about Renee, talks about you, so we have to read it. Don't be scared, nothing will happen to you. That's true, we should not read it. Yeah.
Have you ever wondered who you are? Yes, of course you've wondered.
Should do like an infomercial. Have you ever wondered who you are? Yes, of course you have. A relative, maybe your child. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I'm here for you.
I never had children. I don't think. Let's read it. I must understand. I must remember. She is frightened, hears noises and ghosts, presents serious signs of anxiety, psychosis, suffers from hallucinations. She is anxious, confused, her expression is distressed, a questioning look as if terrified, disoriented. She feels confused, hears voices shouting in her head. She doesn't understand things properly. She has been feeling unwell for 2 or 3 months. When questioned, she replies, "My mother wants to hurt me. I am always scared of her. She chases me." "Why are you here?" "I argued with my mother and was so upset that I felt like my head was spinning. There was a woman there who wanted to force me into a life of prostitution. They wanted to condemn me to be burned at the stake. Children whispered, called my name." March 16th. She couldn't sleep last night. They wanted to condemn her to be burned at the stake. April 4th. Transferred to the calm ward, still under my supervision. "Yes, that's true. The ward where Amara was. Yes, the stake. The children wanted to burn Renee. She had to pay for what she'd done, like witches at the stake."
They were just hallucinations. What had you done to deserve to be punished? Was this what frightened you?
So many things frightened me. The system that I lived in was built on fear and light. There was no mercy or understanding in the town of light. April 21st. She's more awake this morning and is responding to questions, complains of headaches. She became agitated when she found out her mother was there. She says that one day, many years earlier, she was with a friend of hers and met a man who made her get into a car and took her for a ride. He made her smoke cigarettes and drink liquor, and the man showed her certain things. He tried to hurt her and made her go crazy. She says he promised to marry her and made her swear to keep what had happened a secret. These facts were essentially confirmed by her mother. After that, she became arrogant, impatient, and hostile towards her family, especially her mother. She started taking off her clothes in public. Her moods would swing from laughter to tears. She rants. She pleasures herself. I can't remember these things, only the guilt, the stake. I know I deserved to pay for that guilt. I knew it even then.
Yeah. Yeah, ambulanta in Croatian. Yeah, I wonder, so is ambulanta in Croatian, is that the vehicle or is that the surgery? Because in Italian, apparently that's the name for the surgery ward. And Limbo, yeah. Yep, Limbo also. I know, I never played Limbo, so it'll be fun. I've been looking forward to doing it for a while anyway, but I just never got around to it, so now this is a chance. In this game though, gosh, this type of thing, seriously, this is why you have so many people struggle so much with how things have been done in the past. You have a bunch of a-holes who have been they've just been total jerks to people, just slime, like the dirtiest, filthiest, scummiest people in the world. They've acted just so awful. I mean, so this girl in the story, right? This girl basically had some scumbag of a guy, like, basically force himself on her. She got pregnant and drunk and whatever other garbage he did to her. And so she started feeling really bad about herself. So she started she felt like a bimbo, like she felt like kind of a loose girl, like had loose morals or whatever, because of the junk he did to her. And so she starts doing stuff like taking her clothes off in public, and people eventually think, well, she's gone crazy, so they put her in a psychiatric ward. And then she comes to the psychiatric ward, and then some piece of crap guy that's a doctor in the ward then takes advantage of her, and he also people, this is why so many people have so much frustration and so many problems with, like, I'm sure this is why a lot of women, and rightfully so based on some of the scummy guys, a lot of women have grown to just be very afraid of men and to despise men and stuff. I'm not saying you should ever be afraid of men or despise men per se, but I don't blame them for having this perspective when so much crap like this has happened in the past. And I realize this is just a fictional story here, but it's based on crap that actually happened. This is the thing. It's such a bunch of BS, and I have a really hard time keeping my temper and being even keeled when I run into crap like this. I really get worked up. It really makes me angry. So, oh, okay. So kind of like in America, we have a hospital, of course, and then we have something called a clinic, which is where you go visit the doctor to get a checkup and see how your health is doing, and, you know, if you might have something where you want to go see somebody else further. So it sounds like maybe that's it. Maybe it's a clinic, which in America is that. It's just kind of a place where you check up on your health. See this, like, I can't remember these things, only the guilt, the stake. I know that I deserve to pay for the guilt. You don't deserve to pay for crap you didn't do. So this is really what frustrates me so much. I really wish in all these cases where the guys were such douches, if I just go back and just punch the crap out of these douchebags. I know, right? I'm not gonna get triggered. I don't get triggered generally, but I really have to just kind of take a breather and calm down because this stuff really frustrates me. My own sister has struggled with guys being jerks to her. I'm not going to get any specifics because it's personal, it's her life and stuff. I'm not going to get into specifics. But let me just say that a lot of this is a person ties to on a personal level to stuff that I know about, like in my own family. So this is really, yeah, this really strikes like a nerve for me. Frustrates me a lot. Okay, anyway, let's look for the clinical diary to understand. Everything will become clear. You deserve it because you know, bullcrap. Screw it. See, I'm not saying that. Let's do a. Seriously, it's really frustrating for me.
She was uncooperative during the examination. She didn't want to be stripped and her body remained rigid. Voluntary attention almost totally absent. Probable hallucinations. April 25th. Confused ideas, unable to maintain a spontaneous conversation. Reflexes all normal. Reactive pupils. Let's find Amara, and we'll find the full medical records.
See, this is, and then like the doctor saying, oh, she didn't want to be stripped. Well, of course she didn't want to be stripped. Look at the crap has happened to her. Why would she want to take her clothes off when that crap always happens to her? This is so, I mean, it totally makes sense why the girl is struggling with this. The first clues, go on, okay. See, the problem with this situation in this game is this is supposed to be the late 1800s and early 1900s, right? All the way up to World War II. So this is when we didn't really have a good understanding of the mind, right? You had people like Sigmund Freud and stuff coming around this time and figuring things out, but we still didn't understand a lot about the human mind. And I still think there's a lot we don't understand. But anyway, so because we didn't understand a lot of this stuff, like we wouldn't really necessarily like she would take her clothes off in public. We wouldn't say, oh, maybe she has a history of sexual abuse and so she's struggling with this. No, what they would say, I wonder why she's doing that. That's kind of crazy. Let's put her in an institution and figure this out. And then when they'd ask her to strip, they'd be like, oh, I'm struggling with stripping. And they'd be like, I don't understand why she's having a hard time with this. Because we didn't have a good medical understanding. Okay, so this is just a diploma from the University of Bologna, I guess. It doesn't say university. Well, it says here, our Università degli Studi di Bologna. Yeah, so I guess it's the University of Bologna. In nome di SM Vittorio Emanuele III. So the name, basically the name of the guy or the honorable, whatever. Anyway, it's Vittorio Emanuele III. And that's his diploma. Okay. 5 Giulio, I think. So July. 1925. It's technically 2016, I guess. I didn't hear about it until the first, maybe half of this year. Like, May or something, and I wanted to play it for a long time anyway. So yeah, so it's not very old. The setting obviously is super old, but the game itself is pretty new actually. So wait, okay, so we want to go to, hang on. We want to go to, oh, we have more right in the diary, more. Yep, let's do this.
My name is Renée. They told me that I have to write this diary, but I don't feel like it. It's not true that I feel better when I write. Actually, it's worse. I was a shy girl, and I just wanted to be like the others. But that's not what happened. No. I did things that, when I think about them now, eventually brought me here.
This is interesting. So the diary here, I mean, you get the text, of course, but the diary here, you look at the handwriting on the actual picture, and the handwriting is in English. But when you look at all the records around the hospital, it's Italian. So is she supposed to be an American? Or maybe a Brit, although she doesn't have a British accent, but is she supposed to be like an American who is staying in an Italian asylum? I'm confused. I'm not sure. Very strange, though. Very interesting. Okay, anyway.
Everything started with that damned light. It happened for the first time when I was still a little girl. I was 6 or 7. I was walking outside school when suddenly the noise started to melt into an indistinct rumble. The light increased out of all proportion and everything lost its meaning. I could no longer recognize anything. Objects, people, words, not even myself. I felt fear as a physical sensation. It prevented me from moving, from swallowing, from breathing. After God knows how long, everything went back to normal. But a new fear replaced the old one. Different but terrible. Of the light coming back. And it did come back.
Um, I don't think you're missing all that much. Let me try to do a brief summary. So, you start out, you're just walking on like a dirt road or whatever, heading for this asylum. Okay. And on the way, you can see some old buildings and some old playground things like a roundabout, one of those wheels that turns on the playground, right? And, kind of flat, and kids can get on it, and then it spins around. Things like that, old things just sitting around, just hanging around. And when you get to the asylum, you can read some different notes and things. But you find this doll, and the doll is cold. Because part of this you're learning piece by piece as you go along too, right? So the doll, your character says that the doll is cold, and you need to find somewhere warm. So you take her outside to the sun, and she's like, "Yeah, but then it gets cold at night when the sun goes down." She's like, "So we need somewhere where she'll stay warm." So you take her to a surgery room where there are lights, and then the lights in the surgery will keep her warm. The doll will keep the doll warm. And the doll is important because the doll basically has um, been there with you when you were struggling with things while you were at the asylum in the past. So I don't know why you're revisiting the asylum, except it seems like maybe you've forgotten a lot of things. So you're trying to remember some things. Maybe you had like some flashes of memory or something, and you're trying to make sense of it. So you go back to the asylum, and then you have the different experiences. So we have this diary here. So we'll keep reading this. I'll read the rest. I'll move forward, and we'll read the rest of the ones that I found. So ones over on the right side. And then we'll look at a couple of the other things that we've got clue wise, and you'll get a better idea of some of the other stuff that's going on.
My memory of those years is hazy. Between the age of about 7 and 10, my memories are disconnected, and I couldn't say how many times and how frequently the light used to come. My mother gave me a doll around that time. Charlotte. Thinking back to it makes me want to laugh. But at the beginning, I remember that I was afraid of her. I thought she wanted to harm me, to kill me and take my place. But when the light came, she would stay beside me, and her presence.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's more or less what's going on. Correct. Yep. Oh, whoops. Hang on. So the last thing she said over here was, I thought she wanted to harm me, to kill me, and take my place. But when the light came, she would stay beside me, and her presence did not disturb me.
Did not disturb me. I was able to talk to her, and so she became my best friend. At least until I was in grade 2, when everything changed. She didn't laugh at me, and if I had to say something to my mother, I asked her to say it. When things inside me turned bad, she was the only one I could turn to. Now all of this makes me blush, but Charlotte was a real friend to me. I knew that she was just a doll. I wasn't stupid, but at the same time, she was real, too. I don't know how to explain it. It's difficult. My mother would cuddle her and tell her things. I guess she was trying to communicate with me, but back then I was too afraid to understand it.
Okay. So we have this idea where, basically, effectively what she's saying, okay, so she's saying, okay, her name is Renee. They told me she has to write the diary. She gets scared. Eventually, they brought me here. She was a shy girl, would want to be like, but it's not what happened. So they eventually brought her to the asylum. Everything started when she was a little girl, 6 or 7, walking outside, scuttling noise, strange. So instinct rumble, light increased out all proportions, everything lost its meaning, could no longer recognize anything. Okay. Felt fear, physical sensation. She couldn't swallow or breathe. She doesn't know how long. Everything went back to normal, but a new fear replaced the old one. Different but terrible. Light coming back, and it did come back. And then memory of the years was hazy. Couldn't say how many times. Frequently light used to come. Memory. Her mom gave her the doll Charlotte, and then so the doll she was at first afraid of the doll, but then the doll started comforting her until grade 2 when everything changed. The doll didn't laugh. She had to say something to her mother, asked her to say it. So she asked her doll to say things for her. When things turned bad, the doll was the only one she could turn to. Not all of it made her blush. But Charlotte was a real friend to me. She knew she was just a doll. But it was a friend anyway, somehow. Mother would cuddle her and tell her things. She was trying to communicate with me. Back then, she was too afraid to understand, right? So she's kind of using this doll as a way to communicate because of what she's gone through. Oh, that sucks. Yeah. Have you ever tried... Well, I don't know if those work for that. I think so. There's a screen you can put on your monitor, and I think it actually blocks things like reflection from sunlight so that you can see your monitor better, even though it does make the monitor a little bit darker, but I think it blocks out sun somewhat. Anyway, so now we'll continue on with the rest of what we know from her journal.
He felt accused, hurt. I chased him away. I insulted him. He was proud, handsome. He said things about me to other people, which he shouldn't have said. Mother caught me coming home drunk. She beat me and sent me to speak to Don Gino every day. He came back and tried to speak to me. I think he liked me. Sometimes I sent him packing and I started shouting at him, but other times I embraced him. I held him tight and loved him.
And we don't know who he is, if it's this deer or something else, because we don't have the pages before this. This is continuing near the very end of the journal. These are the pages we have now, so. Yeah, try that. Actually, here, let me see. Let's see. Oh, wait. No, that's not. That is not. Maybe it's a cover? No. What do I want? I want. Maybe no. I don't remember what you call it. That maybe. Here you go. I think. Yeah. Okay. I normally don't do links, but I'm going to share with you a link here so you can see. So that's a series of listings on eBay of the kind of thing that I'm talking about. Those should help you somewhat. The whole point of them is to protect the screen. Ooh, I sent a link. Be careful. They should protect the screen from being scratched also. But that also will, I believe, it helps stop reflections on the screen. So that'll help. It also keeps people from looking at what you're watching on your screen. So if you're watching, let's be honest. Sometimes in the workplace, some people do this, right? I don't obviously, but some people do. So let's say some guy is watching porn or something on his computer screen at work. It keeps people from seeing that from angles. So as somebody's coming up, he can quickly switch the screen and not get caught. Now, I don't promote that, but I'm just saying it does help people not see from the sides. But that is useful so you don't get distracted by somebody else's whatever they're watching or something. So anyway, it's another use.
But he couldn't bind himself to me. I was 16 and ill. I had no future. I didn't get out of bed for weeks. Then I did things I was ashamed of. I slept with men. The guilt tore at my soul, and the light came back to torture me. I invented stories to justify my actions. I couldn't bear my own weight.
I just got to be careful that I clean up my own workstation so the janitors don't come by and have to clean up after me. You know what I'm saying? Kappa kappa.
Mom found out about it. Her voice split my head. I pushed her away because I was afraid of dying, and I shouted to the whole world what was happening to me and that I didn't understand. The police arrived and they carted me away. I remember the onlookers shaking their heads. They would be better off without me, cleansed of shame, with something to talk about for a while.
So that is the end of the journal. That's really sad. I mean, she went through this terrible experience. I did want to read some of this. I don't know if you noticed, there's kind of this like little poetry stuff. Yeah, exactly. With my door shut and a padlock on my front door, and yeah. This is there's like also poetry among these pages as well. In addition to what she was reading, I wanted to go through that. So let's go page by page and see. So not here. Okay, first thing, it's what's in between these asterisks, these stars. So the very end on the bottom on the right, wet light. Sleep, Renee, sleep. Don't stare at me. What are you looking for? Snapdragon, I can't move. I'm afraid of the light. Light. Charlotte, where are you? My dear Charlotte. Come here, Charlotte. Beautiful Charlotte. Charlotte, forgive me. And then there aren't any more of those at the end. Okay. So. Yeah. Oh, well, I don't know. I will do some. Let's keep talking about this like offline. Like after today, I'll just remind me to. I'll do some research and see, because I might be able to find a way to make your own for fairly cheap. I'm not sure, but I might be able to figure out a way to do that. Like, I created this. This here is my sound shield. See how it has like the, I don't know if you can really see with the here with the light, maybe it's better like this. I don't know if you can really see it all. But it has it helps block echo and sound bounce and external noise and stuff from my mic. I don't know when I moved it if you could hear a difference in quality of sound, but anyway, but it helps do that. And I created that myself. Like I put that together and glued it and everything myself. So I might be able to find a way to do a screen filter. I've never tried, but there might be a way to do a screen filter for fairly cheap too. So I'll look into it and see if I can figure something out, because it might be very possible. I'll have to see. So I'll let you know. Just don't let me forget, and I'll do some research and see what I can find. Okay, so those were her diary. Okay, her experiences. Okay, so basically, okay, so she's like, what is this place? What happened? Maybe I'm dead. I can't see any light. Maybe I'm dead. Can't get up. What's going on? What happened to me? There's no one here. There are the noises. My eyes killing me. Can't keep my eyes open. Okay, this is when she first gets in as her first memory. Okay, then there's Charlotte, chapter 1. This place, time, memory. The only thing I remember clearly is Charlotte, my doll. Here, I'll just kind of scroll. You can pause and stuff and read this to catch up. So you don't have to do it right now, but I'm just saying, like, when you watch the video back or whatever. Of course, I guess you just watch the video again too, but no, not all of them. It looks like because of time now, I may skip Fear. Fear would have been on my Xbox. Perception is on PS4. I think Resident Evil 7 is on my PC. I think so. Pretty sure. Alan Wake. I think Alan Wake's on my PC also. So most of them. But Fear would be Xbox and Perception would be PS4 for sure. All right. Anyway, and then so experience. So just kind of scroll through that. I guess you can get more details that way. And then medical records. We were reading that. You were here during that basically. So and then memories. Here are I'll play these three. These are the three memories she went through.
Mummy took good care of Charlotte. She tucked her in, hugged her, gave her cuddles and kisses. She was very affectionate and loving. Nothing bad happened to Charlotte, and that surprised me. I didn't understand. At first, I was quite scared. I was afraid that she wanted to hurt me. I lived in constant fear that Mom would abandon her.
Okay, that's her first memory.
They said they were taking me to a place where the fear would go away, where I would get better. I stopped living in there. They dragged me away and stripped off all my clothes, everything. I tried to explain what was going on in my head. They tied me to the bed for days. I was alone with my nightmares. It wasn't fear anymore. It was madness. And when you're mad, you cease to exist.
Why did I get Fear on the 360? Because at the time I did not yet own a PS3. It was when I very first started my channel. I had my PC already. So I started my channel in April of 2012, late April 2012, right? And by June, I believe, Spec Ops The Line released, and I got that on Xbox 360. So I bought my Xbox, basically, my Xbox 360 in June of 2012. I did not get my PS3 until 2013, and so sometime between that and 2013, I saw Fear and was like, oh, I want to play that. And so I saw like a Fear 1, 2, and 3 like together, triple pack or whatever, was on sale at the store or whatever, and so I bought the 3 of them together. And they were for the Xbox 360, so that's why. So that's why it's not on the PS3, because I didn't have a PS3 at the time, and it's on 360 instead of my PC because I saw the special deal. And since I owned a 360 anyway, I decided to get it so I'd have more games for my Xbox. So Hospitalization, that was 2. So here's the last one. This one, I'm gonna warn you that this one, at least this one, came close to triggering me. So just FYI.
He laughed, panted, and slobbered all over me. It hurt me when he touched me. I thought I'd suddenly split open with a loud crack, and I would be shattered into pieces. I felt fragile, sick, dirty, degraded. All I could do was clutch Charlotte tightly while Renée obeyed. He was the master in the realm of light. I was being consumed by the evil act I had committed. I threw up and could feel hell getting closer and closer. Those tests the doctors did to me. They said there was something growing inside, and they wanted to drag it out of me.
So, yep. Awful, right? Yeah. Well, I can. Yeah. I don't know. Definitely, for sure. And it probably is better overall too, quality wise. I just have not been super motivated to get an Xbox One yet, because there's not been a game on Xbox One that I was super motivated to play. I know there have been some exclusives, but I'm not partially agitated women. We were going, Amara was the calm women, right? Which was down a floor, I think. Anyway, so I've been at least kind of holding out on getting a 360 just because there wasn't particular motivation for me previously. Wait, I can't get in here? Wait, I thought, is Amara not in the calm women? So there's no running in this game, or I'd run. So do I go to the agitated women then? Partially agitated women? But I thought Amara was in the tranquil ward though, but maybe not. This is the partially agitated women. Semia Gitate. No, it's also locked. Okay, this side maybe? Otherwise, I don't know which ward I can go to, because the other 2 are all locked. This was locked also. Where am I going then? I don't know. Go in here. I've already been in here before a little bit, but... Okay, hang on. We have the book, right? Medical records. Let's see this. Yeah, see? Transferred to the calm ward. Still under my supervision. Okay, so maybe something happened after that I'm not remembering. Hang on. What questioning became agitated? Started taking off her clothes in public, mood swings, laughter, tears, rants, pleasures herself. Uncooperative during the examination, didn't want to be stripped. Voluntary attention, almost totally absent, probable hallucinations. Confused ideas, unable to maintain spontaneous conversation, reflexes, reactive pupils. Strongly believes young millionaire destroyed by artificial paradises. Yeah, I'm not seeing some of these. La Mama. So these are images of her, I think, in the ward. So it said they took her back to the calm ward, which I just went to, but is locked. So I don't know. I'm really not sure where I'm supposed to go. Where do I go from here? Where do I go from here? Yeah, here's Charlotte, by the way. The doll. The creepy ass doll. Wow, part of the creepiness though is just simply she's like cracked from time, and so part of her original whatever is flaked off. I didn't touch that. Why is the wheel moving? That's unexpected. Surgery, other surgery rooms, yeah. But I don't know. Yeah. So that's, I don't have anything against the Xbox One per se. Well, there is the whole privacy thing about it too, where supposedly it's constantly spying on you even when it's off or something. But whatever, I don't, it's not like I have anything to hide. I mean, except, you know, except for my porn addiction, but otherwise
June
I don't
1935. After much theorizing and practice in clinics for the privileged, the moment for action has finally arrived. Volterra is the right place. It's
we already
an
read
avant-garde
this, right?
The overpowering stench in the wards, the constant din of shouts and voices that are barely recognizable as human.
Yeah, we've already read that, so I don't know. We already read this. Yep. So I don't. Okay, I'm not sure where I'm supposed to go because she said they took her to the calm ward, but there's no. Okay, do I need to go up another? Hang on. So this is the third floor, right? So now, second floor. Oh, just ground. Oh, nope, there are only two floors. Ground floor and second floor. Okay, well, whatever. Oh, we can go in the backyard now.
This is the road we used to take.
This wasn't open before. Okay, cool.
If it weren't for her, in the grounds on that bench in spring, so many days. It was an escape, watching nature around us as she talked and smiled. And then there were the kitchens. Sometimes we stole food and ran back to the bench to eat it in secret, and we laughed. She did things to me. Sometimes she touched me. In the shower, I felt her body against mine for the first time. It was a shiver that warmed my soul. Eyes closed, the light slipped away.
Well then, I didn't know this was going to be sexy porn time. So,
She
200%.
wasn't in the system. He wouldn't let her in. That's it. She must be the key to my memories, to the reasons why.
Together, achievement unlocked. Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. I switched it so those should show up now on stream. I figured out there was a setting, like a checkbox, that I could unmark that was keeping those from showing up at the show now. Oh, I can go... Wow. Okay, I can go quite a bit over this way. Is there anything over here to get?
Scent of spring. The land of light was far away, and we spent the days chatting on the stone benches.
Wow. I did not expect this to be able to go this far. That's cool. I like it. I like when games give you like multiple options for basically getting to the same place, but other ways of exploring things. That's awesome. Well done. Well done, LK. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, rando snag. Rando snag. Alright, I'll go back up. I don't know if I can actually walk off of things or not, but I'd like to not take the chance because I don't know if you like die, break your leg and die from infection or something. I don't know. Okay. That is cool though. Okay, so back this way, I guess. Can't I'll go through there. So this other woman she thinks is the key to remembering things now?
Nature helped me to forget, to escape from the system.
Oh, interesting. I didn't realize. Okay. Maybe I shouldn't be going through where there's just solid trees and leaves in your face. Xexor, I can't see nothing but like leaf and tree and thingy. I know. Sorry. Oh. So another memory of some kind. Briefly flashed. Okay, another part. I think this is part of her journal. Yep. Interesting. They did a really good job. LKA.it did a really good job with this game. I really, really like it. Quite a bit. It's really well done. Story is engaging and terrible and frustrating and amazing all at the same time. The graphics are really, really good. The voice acting is excellent. Just well done. Well done. I really enjoy it. More instances, the greenhouse, huh? More instances of I don't know what I want to say. Not really lasciviousness, because she's kind of I don't know. It's like almost like she uses sex to degrade herself as a kind of punishment for stuff that happened in her past. It's a pretty disturbing cycle. It's like a certain degree of self-loathing. Not sure how much farther. Okay, it doesn't look like we can go any farther that way. I don't know if we should go back in or if there's more to explore outside. I don't want to miss a clue if there is more out here. I'm just not sure. I don't want to keep looking around out here if there's nothing else, of course, either, though. It feels like we might have reached the end of... Because then we go back across those. Was there anywhere to go other than down this stretch? Because if not, then that might be it. We might just... I do want to check what that other note says, of course, too. Well, so you can go up the stairs. Does that go anywhere else except down here, though? I feel like that may not. If that doesn't go anywhere else, that would be the one thing I would like to see in this game that isn't in it right now. The ability to run, so when I'm backtracking, I don't have to take as long to do so. Yeah, it looks like this fence just goes around and around and around and basically blocks everything in. Yep. Okay, so I don't know. Should I go all the way back around to the other entrance into the building? I feel like it was lower, right? Which means what? Are we on the second floor here, or is this the bottom floor? I don't know if this is... Yeah, see, we're already on the bottom floor, so I feel like I need to go to the other one because it goes down. Yeah. It's a good plan. If your mom only knew that I was a frequent visitor of Pornhub, then she might not be so happy with you watching my stuff, wondering what's going on. Yeah, this game does have a little bit of nudity. It's drawn nudity, so I think it's not super objectionable because it's more artistic, right? I mean, it is about, well, her getting forced upon and then by the stupid jerko a-hole of a doctor, and then also having a romantic attachment to this other, I assume another inpatient or something, but yeah. See, this is a completely different area of the hospital we've not been in yet. I was wondering, I should have just gone in here in the first place instead of going all the way back around and then all the way back out and then so much wasting time.
Come on. Come on, let's look everywhere. She must be here, I'm certain.
I'm looking. Calm down. I'm still looking. Cute. Oh no. Is she inside one of those? Am I going to find a corpse? And then it gets up and starts shambling toward me, trying to kill me. That's not... There's more area out there, so let's finish searching in here first. what? Oh, that's
Keep
water.
looking. We mustn't give up.
I haven't given up. Calm down, lady. Jeez. It's freaking like... Apparently the cooks were also creeps.
Where could she be? We've got to talk to her. Everything will be all right. But being here now, I don't like it. Come on, let's look for her quickly. We can't stay in here too long. They'll find us. When they found us... Come on, hurry. We've got to find her quickly.
I'm trying, but I don't know where she is.
We've got to get out of here. They'll find us. But not now. Not yet.
Oh my gosh.
Amara's not here. Maybe she's in the showers. We can find her there. The water was often cold. When it was cold, we ran away. But when it was hot, then she came to Renée under that cruel white light. I can still feel the shivers her body gave me. Everything must return to how it was. If we recreate that magic, she'll come to us.
If you say so. She'll just randomly show up because you recreated the... What if she doesn't even know you're here? How's that going to work? So we have to go back to the showers, I guess? What is... Okay, I'm not sure. Pipes different. That's fine, except that's not going to the showers. She's pretty adamant about needing to go back to the showers. But where the frick are the showers? This is like where there was cooking and stuff. There's no showers here. And the showers were not out here, right? Yeah, okay. Maybe downstairs then after all. Because there aren't any showers here. We're here. That's not the same. That's just a bathroom. And these are the tanks, but no actual showers. Yeah, okay, I feel like we gotta go down. This is like laundry, though. I don't even know. I don't know. Whatever. Alright, I don't care. Well, let's just get out of here. This is obviously not the showers. So do I have to go back? I have to go back, don't I? Go frickin'... Maybe this door's shut. Okay, where are the showers then? I don't know where the showers are. God dang it. Are Are you having a lot of lag? Really? Seems like everything's fine on the streaming. I'm not sure. Hopefully, you're not having a lot of delay now. See where? Okay, showers. Seriously. Bueller, anybody? Why the frick with the showers? It's locked. That's laundry. Not showers. That's locked. Do you see showers around here anywhere? Because I don't see any showers. You're supposed to go to showers, I think, because she's trying to find the girl that she had a relationship with, and then it'll trigger a memory or whatever. But I can't find frickin' any showers of any kind. Bueller? Anybody? Well, well, we do have one more part of her diary. Let's do that. Okay, so their new experience was the park. Yeah, see, so Mara's not here. Maybe she's in the showers. We can find her there. The water was often cold. When it was cold, we ran away, but when it was hot, she came to Renee. Under the cruel white light, I could still feel the shivers her body gave me. Everything must return out was. If we recreate the magic, she'll come to us. So I had to make water hot water? Is that what I'm doing? But then, how do I know how to make the water hot? Okay, I'm fine with trying to create hot water. I just don't know. The pipes. Ah. Bagini una parte. Okay, so ward. Wait, what? Ward baths. Laundry. Kitchens. So I guess we're gonna try the ward baths.
Now we have water. We must switch the boiler on.
That was this. Is that this? No, that's just the light. Okay, so where do I turn the boiler on? We're over here. Or not. Where's the boiler? This? No. I know what a boiler looks like, but none of these look like a boiler. I mean, they're just water tanks, which obviously are partly boiler, but okay. So that was ward baths, laundry, kitchens. So is the boiler out in the kitchens, maybe? I'm so not sure. Okay, none of these. Or these. None of these look like a boiler. I got another part of her diary there. I either missed that last time or it was not there. I'm not sure which. Very possible I missed it. I am blind. I've been known to be blind very often. I even see it myself sometimes if I'm recorded a vid or something and then I'm going back putting the footage together and I'm like, wait, I missed that. What? The boiler's not down here. So where? I don't know. Maybe I don't know what a boiler is because I thought I knew, but I'm not seeing it now. See, these could be boilers or part of a boiler, right? But there is nothing. The boiler, though, should have like an open flame or something, or at least something I switch on that then causes an open flame. Like, not open, like, not, like, you know what I mean? Like, underneath. You can see the flame actually heating the water. That's not, and none of these have that. I don't know. Yeah, it's looking like I'm going to be playing Perception next. It's looking like I've done this long enough now. It's not going to be time for Fear on this Hallow stream, which is fine. I'll just do Fear another time. On a normal stream. Weekend after weekend, like I normally do. Well, I don't know. We're just going to end it here, I think. So. Yep. Oh. We did not look at the last entry on her diary. Okay. We had, oh yeah, so here's the new stuff. Yep. So now
I no longer considered my body as something disgusting and ill. Far from it. I began to look at myself, to caress myself, and smell my own skin. I began to explore and experiment, finding physical pleasure. My ideas were not very clear, and I never spoke to anyone about these things. Bruna, however, spoke about them. She boasted about her love stories and her young men. To my eyes, she was very lucky, always being wooed.
okay, apparently it's not gonna go. I don't know.
By marvelous, generous, and kind boys. Thus, I fantasized about her adventures, pretending that I was the main protagonist. But how could I ever be like her? Occasionally I recall that she had black and blue marks on her body, but I was so naive that I did not understand. I did not put two and two together. It was Don Gino who explained things to me a few years later. He told me about Bruna's father and brother, but I was already very ill. The light had returned, and that thing made me suffer even more. It was my world, and it was crumbling. When I spoke to Bruna about it, she turned her head away and was silent for a long time. Prince Charming doesn't exist, Renée. At least not for us. I was 14 years old. I didn't think it was possible for a boy to look at me and desire me. When he asked me if I wanted to go for a walk, I didn't say anything. I didn't even have the courage to look at him.
So handsome.
Things improved for a number of years, then suddenly everything came crashing down. One evening I came home drunk, and the following morning a terrible crisis overcame me all of a sudden. What had I done? I was terrified. I thought I'd lost my sight. The light burned my eyes from inside. The memories of the previous day emerged in bursts, images, flashes, which unleashed something monstrous inside me. Repetition of words was no longer sufficient. Now there was a voice in my head which repeated them louder than I did, and they were words of accusation and blame. So I covered my ears and shouted and hit my head against the wall and threw up. I remember the doctor, the wall filthy with blood and vomit. My mother wasn't looking at me. Bruna was crying but trying to hide it. Charlotte was beside me. I never told anyone what had happened. He came to visit me, but I refused to see him. I became agitated. I think he liked me, even though things turned out badly. In that period, I began to suffer from memory loss. The few things I learned didn't please me at all. He told me that I was looking for him. It was all my fault. Bruna told me that sometimes I got drunk. People in the village gossiped about me. Sometimes I was covered in black and blue marks. I didn't realize what was happening to me, what I was doing. I was no longer in control of my life. From my little corner.
And then we have, he felt accused, hurt, I chased him away, insulted him, proud, handsome, said things to other people shouldn't have said. Okay. So, now we have that connecting as well. All right. Okay. So that was the Town of Light. We're not done, obviously, but that's it for today. So I'm going to stop the stream, so this will break just temporarily. So, right, we'll break so that this video ends. So it'll be like a little under 3 hours on YouTube and Twitch. And then after the break, like after maybe 5 minutes or whatever, I'll get back on. It's time for me to eat breakfast. So I'm going to get myself something to eat, and I'll like eat on camera wherever so you guys can see. Watch me chew. Be exciting for you, I'm sure. But anyway, but I'll eat on camera so that you guys know that I'm still around and stuff, and I'm not gone in the other room and trying to take a quick power nap or something. Kind of defeats the point of doing it for 24 hours. Anyway, so I'm gonna eat, and I don't know, man. Sorry. So I'll eat, but stream while I'm eating. I'll end up deleting it later, obviously. But anyway, and then when I'm done with eating, then we'll start into perception. I will need to make a couple of adjustments on my setting for my normal setting for game capture anyway. So I'll do that as well while I'm eating. So anyway, so I'm going to stop the stream now, and then I will see you guys in about 5 minutes. So hang tight. Don't go anywhere. I will be right back.